So if we not playing our role, you can't be mad when our enemy is jacking us up in the streets. Read on.
And he will show thee.
And he will show thee, right? So when we conversate with the older generation, they're gonna show us things that help us guide through life.
That's right.
Because a 3-year-old doesn't know that you're supposed to cross at the green and not in between. That's something that has to be taught, right? A 3-year-old doesn't know that if you go to the, you turn on the hot water and let it run, if you touch it, it's gonna burn them, right? It's gonna hurt. You're gonna cry. Now I gotta convert you. All right. So I gotta let you know. Hey, look, I'm your mommy or I'm your daddy. Don't play with the tea kettle. Don't play with that fire. Don't run up in that street. So if I see a child just sitting here running out in the street, even if it's not my child, I still gotta step up because we still the same people. I don't want you to get hit, ran over, and then now everybody's in tears. All right. Is you got what's going in?
So show thee thy elders, and they will tell thee.
Right, so constant communication with generations from past and present. I wanted to bring that up. You have any questions though?
No, I just think it's interesting because I've been on a fast.
Really? That's great. That's great.
I'm still on it right now.
Okay.
And I was asking the Lord to lead me where I need to go because I didn't have any plans today. I've been up all night crying because I'm where you at. I mean, I just see I lost my mother, lost my grandmother, lost a lot of family. I'm from Compton, California.
Okay.
Lost a lot of family members to gang violence, drugs. And I've been asking the Lord, what is it that we need to do to stop this? And I just been searching for answers. For 3 days I was in my room, just sleeping, depressed, sad. Because I'm asking God for answers to show me what's true, what's real. And I truly asked him today, as God is my witness, I wasn't going to come outside, and I was walking, and I was hurt because I miss my mama, I miss my cousins, I miss my brother. I'm tired of us dying. I'm tired of seeing this struggle. When does it stop? And then it's crazy because I was up last night and I was watching Whitney Houston and I saw how she went down with the drugs and I was crying. I didn't even know this woman. I thought no, but she was a star. But it just hurt my heart to see how. And I don't know who to blame. I don't know if to blame to blame the government, to blame the drugs, to blame. I don't know. But all I know is that I hurt. I feel my people's pain. And I was walking, here you are.
Okay.
Here you are.
Because you said you was praying for the truth.
Yes.
I'm about the Psalms 119. You got that Psalm 83 for you too. The tumult. Good. You talking about who to blame and all of that? Yeah, I'm gonna bring that out too. Got it? Right. Okay. All right. So this is bring it out. But you say you were searching for the truth. So I'm about to tell you what the truth is.
All right. This is Psalm 118, verse 42. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness.
It's an everlasting righteousness. Righteousness is something that's morally right. All right. Morally, spiritually. Finding anything that's righteous is of God, right? Read on.
And thy law is the truth.
And what's the truth?
And thy law is the truth.
The laws of God is the truth, because that's what governs us. Before we fell off into sin and madness, right? God's laws is what governed us, and that's what Moses was telling the children of Israel when they was in the wilderness. Like, yo, look, I don't want to go back over there and be messed up. Gotta follow these rules that the Father put here for us.
That's right.
So one more time, read that again.
This is the book of Psalms, 118, verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness.
It's everlasting, so it never ends. It goes on. So even after this world as we know it is done, in the kingdom, you still have to keep God's laws. You still have to obey the Sabbath, not eat abominable foods and all of that stuff. Read on.
And thy law is the truth.
And thy law is the truth. So following God's laws, following God's plan is the truth. That's the truth we've been praying for. All right? So read what you got, brother, because you said who it is to blame. Because keep in mind, we chosen. So those who are not chosen are going to hate us, right? You say you was from LA, right? LeBron James, right? Right now he's in LA. LA is looking good. How many people don't like LA now because LeBron is there? You see? Or Michael B in Chicago, Michael Jordan. I'm sure it's millions of people when the Bulls was on their thing, when they was doing their thing, millions didn't like it. So when you're that all-star, when you're that chosen, there's gonna be people that don't like you just because. All right? So read what you got.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 2. For lo, thine enemies.
Thy enemies, right? Read on.
Make a tumult. And they hate thee.
They hate thee. All right, read on.
Have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel, right? So they all come together like, look, they chosen, we not. We don't like what we're gonna do. Because they'll tell you Africans sold other Africans into slavery, which is not true. Africans sold the Jews, which is us, into slavery. With the help of Arabs. All right? Arabs had us into slavery a lot longer than we've been in this country. The sub-Saharan slave trade was about them having us into slavery, right? Even the Chinese, even the East Indian, everybody had their part. Why is that? Because it's money to be made. Sorrow and ignorance is the biggest business in this world. So if they can keep us ignorant, they'll always make money off of us. If they can keep us foolish, they'll always make money off of us. We'll go out, tax season will be here shortly. How many people do you know that you could think of right now that can be like, you know what? I'm going to talk to these 10 people and we're going to invest, we're going to get some land. No, people want to get rims, spinning rims. Girls want to get colorful hair. People want to go spend a week in a hotel. For what? To get room service and specially sliced oranges? Just wasting money because we foolish. So they'll give us that money and then what happens? They find a way to take it right back. Yeah. So reparations, honestly, we don't deserve no finance. As far as finances go, I don't think brothers and sisters should get that because they're gonna find a way to take it back. We're gonna do foolish stuff with it, right? All right, but that's just my personal as far as financial reparation goes. Continue on, we know they hate us. We know
against thy people. And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And the hidden ones, Isaiah 42. Isaiah 42 and 22, because like I said before, the scriptures explain itself. So when it says hidden ones, the Bible's going to tell you who are the hidden ones and where are they hidden. All right, when you get it, let me know. All right, take that from the top again. Okay.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 2. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel.
So they lifted up their heads. So everything that they do to us is high and mighty. They you know, the cop from Dallas went into the man crib, shot him up, and MacGyver, right? Shot him up, walked out. Now now the witness is dead. So it won't take much for them to have an appeal, and she'll get off because the witness is no longer here. You see? Got it? All right. Hold on.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
All right, against thy hidden ones, right? So we're gonna find out who the hidden ones are. Or what are the hidden ones? All right, read on.
This is Isaiah, chapter 42, verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
This is a people robbed and spoiled. When it says spoiled, it's not talking about like, okay, you're my sister or my wife or my mom or whatever, and I come home with a bouquet of flowers and I treat you nice. No, not that spoiled. We're talking spoiled, right? Like spoiled cabbage, right? Spoiled pumpkins, right? Read on.
They are all of them snared in holes.
Snared in holes. A snare is something you use to catch birds. So it's a trap. That's what a snare is, right?
Yeah. That's
snared in holes. Because we literally, in a hole, we always trying to dig our way out. And then when we get to a certain place, either we get pushed back down or something gets taken from us and puts us right back to ground zero. All right, read on.
And they are hid in prison houses.
Okay, so the hidden ones are in prison houses. Whether it's the jail cells, whether it's mentally, or whether it's financially, emotionally, we all jacked up in some way, shape, or form.
Bring it out!
So yeah, you could go to the gym and be the size of the rock, but your finances could be the size of a worm, right? You can have the finest education in the whole entire globe, but can't get higher, right? So that's the hidden ones that it's talking about. All right, pretty short.
They are for a prey.
They are for a prey. There's always somebody looking to do something wrong to us at all times. And it's not just the police, it's politicians, it's sometimes it's our own people.
Yeah.
Because they're destroyed in their head. They don't realize who they are, all right? They don't realize who they are, all right? Read on.
And none delivered.
All right?
For a spoil, and none saved. Restored.
God, that was it on that? All right, so the people that we're supposed to look for guidance, they don't want to restore us because they're being paid off. So Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, all them, those are not leaders. They're just there. Black Lives Matter movement. That's not a real movement, right? Because if life mattered, see that movement is spearheaded by 3 lesbians. So if life mattered, you'd have a husband, you could have some babies. You see what I'm saying? So that's another thing that you definitely got to pay attention to. Like all these movements coming up, like you're gonna have always check the origin, right? What defines them and the details, and that's how you're gonna know if it's of God. All right. So finish up what you got, bro.
This is Psalms chapter 83, verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
See, so cut us off from being a nation. And what's up? And so what makes a nation is a lot of families, right? Because to be a part of a nation, you have to descend. So like, we all here have grandmamas, great-grandmamas, great-great-great-grandmamas. We've been here, when I say we as a people, we've been for thousands of years. So, how do you cut them off from being a nation? From the roots, right? Read on.
Cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
See, and that right there is why people don't know who they are. They don't remember who they are. That's why people end up in those the hidden ones. They end up in the prison houses, and then when they get there, they realize, oh snap, I'm God's chosen. Oh, God loves me. But by then, you're either doing, you're doing some time. All right? Read what you got.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 1, verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib.
All right, so the ox, the Most High is using two of the strongest and dumbest animals on earth. They know where they belong, right? The ox and the donkey, they know where they belong. Read on.
But Israel doeth not know.
But Israel doeth not know, just like the brother right here just read. They cut us off from being a nation. So we don't know, right?
My people doeth not consider.
See, so our people don't even consider that they're great. And like I mentioned before, until something messed up happened. And until something messed up happened, that's when our people want to consider, oh, I descend from kings, or oh, my grandmother did this, but you had the whole opportunity to live that life, but you didn't. All right? You have other questions for me?
I get it.
Get it? You understand? So you understand that you're Israel? All right.
Form your Sharala!
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 Let's bring this all the way home. Let's bring this up.
I'm gonna get somebody get Revelations 2 and 9 because I did mention that the people over there in Israel now they're not the real Jews. I'm gonna show you what the Bible said. What Christ out of his own mouth said. It's prophecy. All right.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 4, verse 22. For my people is foolish
Like people is foolish, and our people are foolish. Like I just made the example about the tax money. Our people are foolish. You get a couple grand, so you want to get a chain, you want to get some Jordans, you want to get rims, you want to go rent a room in the Trump Towers, right? That's foolish, right? When you could have been invested that money, all right? You know,
They have not known me.
they don't know that the Most High loves them. They don't know that they're God's chosen children.
That's
You know?
right.
They are Sodom's children,
Sodom's children, disobedient, right? Read on.
and they have none understanding.
No understanding. They don't understand that they're great, so they don't do great things, right? They don't understand they're great, so they don't do great things. Read on.
They are wise to do evil.
Wise to do evil, wise to go wrong.
Instead of saying, you know what, let me go on and fill out this application. No, I'm gonna go get me a lick. I'm gonna go get this hit, right? I'm gonna go stand outside the grocery stores and wait for Mrs. Jenkins. Knock upside the head. We don't.
But to do good, they have no knowledge.
They have no knowledge on doing good, so they know how to whip it up and do all that crazy stuff. But when it comes to do good, they don't have that going on in their head.
That's right.
All right, so I'm going to read another, because remember when Moses was speaking to the children in the wilderness, he was letting them know, you obey, this is the good that's going to happen. Disobey, the bad that's going to happen. So I'm going to give one of them curses that he spoke on. I read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you
Man that is tender among you, soft, read,
and very delicate,
and very delicate, he's fragile. Like most of these
dudes out here, we see them with the school face, their pants sagging, they tough, but deep down inside they hurt.
That's
So
right.
it's a defense mechanism. If I appear to you to be tough,
What
you're
are you
gonna
reading from? What is that?
the Bible,
Oh, okay. What kind of
King
Bible?
James Bible.
Oh,
Yeah, so you know it's a defense mechanism. So we're gonna continue on. Read on.
his eye shall be evil towards his brother,
his eye shall be evil towards his brother. Read on.
towards the wife of his bosom.
Towards the wife of his bosom. So the woman that he's supposed to be caring for the rest of his life, he's evil towards her.
That's
and
right.
He's evil towards his brother. All right, read on.
And towards the remnant of his children.
And towards his children. So
Basically, the three main important people that in his home, in his life, actually the two main people in his wife and his children. He's wicked towards them. But what else? Finish that up.
Which he shall lead.
See? So that's where we get the whole situation with the deadbeat daddies, right? You leaving the woman of your bosom, and you leaving the child.
That's right.
Read that one more time.
what are you reading?
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54. All right?
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother, and towards the wife of his bosom, and towards the remnant of his children, which he shall lead.
Which he shall lead. All right, so that's just more wickedness. That's just a curse on top of curse on top of curse. Right? Why is that? Because you don't, brothers don't want to be obedient. Sisters don't want to be obedient. So you're going to produce children that's not obedient. Right? I had said Revelations 2 and 9. Now this is going to come out the mouth of Christ. So do you know that Christ is a person of color?
That's right.
We ain't being persecuted for nothing.
Right.
That's right.
So we're going to read, well, he's going to read Revelations 2 and 9 to let you know what's going on, right?
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulations.
works and tribulations, right? Work that we put in, tribulation that we go through, right? The stuff that you witness in Compton, the stuff these brothers may witness in Chicago, some witness in Houston, New York. God sees all of that. Read on.
And poverty.
Poverty, all right? Poverty-stricken neighborhoods, right? Read.
But thou art rich.
But Christ is letting it be known, but like, regardless of what we're going through here, we are rich. Why? Because the kingdom of heaven is ours.
That's
all
right.
Read on.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
All right, so you know what a blasphemy is? A Okay, it's a wicked lie. So Christ says he knows the blasphemy of those that say they are Jews, but read on.
And are not.
And are not. Read on, but what are they?
But are the synagogue of Satan.
A synagogue of Satan. So you know what happens in the synagogue. Worship and whatever else, sacrifices or whatever. So now if it's of Satan, Lord knows what's going on. Baby sacrifices, all kinds of crazy things going on up in there. Right?
You got something else?
Right. And it was reiterated again in the next chapter. All right? Read on.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
That's right. So at the end of the day, when it boils down to it, yeah, they might be on top, they might have things going on, but when it boils down to it, they're going to be serving us, sister.
That's right.
Everything that's happening to our people right now, so all of these nations got to pay for it.
That's right.
I don't care how high and mighty they think they. Matter of fact, let me get Jeremiah 50 and 22. Because what they don't realize they're doing is they're setting themselves up for failure.
Either one of y'all. Now, either one of y'all can get it.
They're setting themselves up for failure.
Jeremiah 50, 22.
Yeah, about the Gentile. Oh, 51 and 20. Sorry. Right.
All right. So.
Right.
All right. Read what you got.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 20. Thou art my battle axe.
Thou art my battle axe. Read.
And weapons of war.
And weapons of war. We are God's weapons of war. Right? Read.
For with thee I will break in pieces the nations. And with thee I will destroy kingdoms.
You will destroy. So we are the ones that's going to destroy these kingdoms and these nations and all these higher powers. But it's not going to be on our own accord. Before that happens, we have to be together, right? So if you hungry and I got the ability to get you some food and I turn my back on you, that's wrong. We not on one accord. I gotta make sure if I'm eating, you gotta eat. If my lights is off, then if your lights is off, then my lights is off. You know, we're gonna sit in the dark together, get some candles, pull out some scriptures, try not to burn it with the candles, and we're gonna make it do what it do. Alright, read on.
And with thee I will break in pieces the horse and his rider.
The horse and his rider. So in this context, the police, right? They're the ones that would mainly be on the horses. So if we didn't have cars right now, they would be the ones on the horses. They're the ones that's the riders. All those officials, right? Read on.
And with thee I will break in pieces the chariots.
The chariots, read on.
And his rider.
And his rider. All right, sis? So I've been going out, a decent amount of scriptures, to keep you level-headed and keep you up there in spirits. So I know, like you said, you're hurting, but, that pain is not, it ain't gonna last long. We keep God's laws. And let me get, because you said you don't gotta leave, do you? No? So let's get it. All right, all praises. Let me get Revelation 22 and 14.
I asked, I said, Lord, send me where you want me to go.
All right, that's right.
That's right. Kwame Yasharala.
Kwame Yasharala.
Kwame Yasharala.
Kwame Yasharala.
Kwame Yasharala.
Kwame Yasharala.
Hey, tell her what that means.
That means rise Israel.
Rise humid of Israel.
That's right.
Rise humid of Israel. Revelation 22 and 14.
Don't mind me, I'm always on fire.
It's okay. It's okay. You're on fire for the Lord.
That's right.
Because at one point in time, he was on fire for all the wrong reasons.
That's right. Before we came out here, we was some real savages. Bad boys. All right.
I just thank God for you guys. I'm 40 years old, and I was just praying, how do I get rid of this pain? How do I get this out of me, And here's the Lord, like sitting here asking the Lord to help me get it right this time.
Right.
Help me get it right this time. And I want to.
You're going to definitely get it right through these laws.
One thing they ain't gonna teach you is not shalom to God. That in order to know what righteousness is, you gotta know what He considers righteousness.
Amen.
So you can be able to attain that same level. So it's fire for it.
Fingers is cold.
Yeah, the fingers is cold. I can't even grab the
It's a beautiful Sabbath.
Right.
You know this, the sun is shining.
Right.
It ain't too cold out here.
Not at all.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 20, verse 24.
Get up.
Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man understand his own way?
That's right. So the Most High is in charge of everything. Matter of fact, we get Ezekiel 18 and 4 too. A man's goings is of the Lord. So us being here is of the Lord, right? So later on when we depart, right, there's a lesson that's going to be taught. That's of the Lord.
And a man's own woman, your goings of the Lord. You was asking for which way to go. And the Most High directs you right here. So
There you
man's
go.
own woman is going to the Lord. He said, Ezekiel, what up?
Yeah, and understand when it says man, it's not always talking specifically about man. It's speaking of mankind, but because the Most High deals with the man, he has to go relay the message to his family. It's order. God deals with order. It's not like how America is where the kids can run the house, the mom come in when she wants to, daddy barely comes home. It's not like that. So I just wanted to bring that up. 18 and 4. Right.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 18, verse 4. Behold, all souls are mine.
All souls are the Most High's. Read.
As the soul of the Father, so also the soul of the Son is mine. The soul that sinneth, it shall die.
Right.
But if a man be just and do that which is lawful and right, and have not eaten upon the mountains, neither have lifted up his eyes to idols of the house of Israel.
All right, so if we do what's lawful and right, the Most High got us, right? Because all souls belong to the Most High, even the heathens. Their souls belong to the Most High, but they got their punishment, and our punishment is not the same, because we're His children, right? So, matter of fact, let me get Psalms 147, verse 19 and 20. Because God did, like I read earlier, the Most High, He chose His people. He gave His laws to the children of Israel. Just like when Moses was in that wilderness, he was talking to the children of Israel. He wasn't talking to the other. Obviously, he wasn't talking to the Egyptians because they got drowned out in the water. And even when Christ was out and He was teaching and walking and all of that, He was talking in parables because it was other people among them that did not belong there. But His people would understand what was going on. Right? 19, 20?
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 147, verse 19. He showed His word unto Jacob.
Show of His word unto Jacob. Who is Jacob? The progenitor of the 12 tribes.
That's right. His statutes and His judgments unto Israel.
His statutes and His judgments unto Israel. Read on.
He hath not dealt so with any nation.
He have not dealt so with any nation. He's only dealing with the children of Israel. This whole book, the whole Bible is about the Israelites. It's not about no one else. And when it does speak of the others, it's not in a high fashion. All right, read on.
And as for His judgments, they have not known them.
They have not known them. Other nations, they have not known them. Okay?
I got you. I'm gonna wrap up. I gotta go somewhere else.
Next week, we're good. Keep going. Keep going. You want to keep you in the spirit? Or keep going? Keep going. Oh yeah. We was at Revelation 20:24.
Full love.
Because a lot of people don't understand what it takes to actually get to the kingdom. They think it's just you just believe and everything is good. But that's far from the truth.
Right? That's highly far from the truth. Got it? All right, cool. So this is what it takes to get to that kingdom. All right, read.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 22, verse 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments.
Blessed are they that do them. So it's easy to hear somebody talking, but to actually do it is something different. Read.
That may have right to the tree of life.
The tree of life, that eternal life. Read on.
That may enter in through the gates of the city.
Of the city.
And through the gates of the city. What's that city? New Jerusalem. Right?
Go to 19 and 21. Revelations 19:21. About the gates. About the names written on the gate.
Oh, I'm rich. I've been rich when I was coming out my mama's womb. I'm sorry, but I said something wrong. What you doing?
You have any other questions for me?
My fault. I'm sorry.
Contact information, literature,
Actually, we left all our flyers. We take it. I am Israel, Chicago. No, we AOC now. AOC Chicago. Step out.
Yeah.
Chicago.
All praises. All praises.
Talk about that Popeye's chicken sandwich, man.
Oh,
man.
man.
Been cornered for that.
Yeah, you see it. Then you got our people acting like they never had chicken before.
Is it chicken?
Wait, yeah, good point. Is it chicken? Because they out here losing their mind.
Nah, actually, my boss said that they have sat down and they've been testing this chicken sandwich for over like 5 years before they decided to put it on the market. They have like tried to genetically make it where it tastes so good to make people for real, because this is what we talk about at work. If you're a young man, we talk about stuff,
I mean,
what they did.
So Jesus is coming soon? What? I mean, Jesus is coming soon?
Huh?
I mean, I'm saying Jesus is coming soon.
Oh,
Jesuits? Oh, gee, yeah.
No, it's coming.
You ready?
You ready?
I'm ready.
Ready? You know what he coming back to do, right?
Huh?
You know what he coming back to do, right?
I'm coming back to kill.
He coming back to put a lot of people to death. A lot of people are going to
I
die.
tried to tell them before.
You already know then. It's going down.
Oh, you know about the last spot.
It's coming soon. Everything is
Hey, that's what you call confirmation.
All praises. That's right. That's right. All praises.
Amen.
Right, so you got the people going crazy over chicken. Somebody got stabbed in Maryland. You know, I've been